You gotta look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. No one else can make me feel this way. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. All the times that I hate.
Or do we need a few more minutes? We'll give people a couple more minutes to get back connected.
Kiana, I see you.
Look, she had the perfect song on, so I'm ready.
I'm not gonna tell you what I was doing with the camera off.
Okay. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started.
All right.
So Katie, again, we purposely, unpurposely are going like accordingly to plan in reference to presenters speaking about topics and leading into the next segue or session or segment. And Katie did a great way leading into the next session, which she talked about carrying multiple hats and de-stressing and learning how to de-stress. The next speaker that's going to come on, she will be discussing the benefits of exercising and managing stress. Khadidra is in love with health and fitness. There is nothing of more value to her than helping someone go through their journey that allows them to feel their best, be strong, and less stressful. She realizes how being overweight and fatigued can affect many aspects of our lives. She is here to help you reach those fitness goals. So without further ado, you guys, let's welcome Khadidra.
Hi, everybody. So this has been so exciting. I'm just blessed to be here with this amazing panel of women. Lakia, thank you so much for this. I greatly appreciate you. Again, my name is Katie Chris. I'm here based in Houston, Texas. I am a personal trainer. I'm currently accepting clients virtual and in person. So my goal is always just to make any woman feel, or man, feel beautiful. You know, you want to feel good. You want to feel your best. You want to, you know, feel healthy. You know, I know a lot of people have, you know, just insecurities. We all have insecurities, and that's because we're not perfect, right? But the goal is just to be better, a better version of ourselves. I also am very interested in, you know, helping to combat with obesity. It is nothing worse than, you know, not sleeping well. A lot of people, you know, they snore in their sleep. We have sleep apnea. We have so many illnesses just from being obese. And a lot of people feel that, you know, they can just, you know, go on through life. And the purpose is to go on through life feeling as good as you could feel. Whether you have a long life or unfortunately a short life, while you're here on this earth, I want to make sure you feel good. So that is the goal. I am going to go ahead. We're not going to talk too much, but I'll give you all my information as well, because I want you to contact me. I am going to be, and I can just tell you what I'm going to give away. I'm going to give away a free hour session with whomever contacts me. You can do it virtually or we can do it in person. So, and I didn't want to forget that. So I'll make sure you have all my contact information. I also do have a YouTube channel, which is Curved by Katie, or you can pull it up by Katie Chris. That's KADECRISS. And it is a fitness channel / fashion channel. We're going to go with the 2 F's. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna have my husband record these exercises. 1 second. Can you help me 1 second? Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Just turn this camera the opposite direction. There we go. Okay, so. All right, so what I want to do is I want to focus first on shoulders. So we're going to do each body part. I'm going to do 2 exercises. These are my favorite. These are what I feel that have toned me and gotten me right, okay? Now, just keep in mind that whatever weight you start with, you want to try to increase your weight. I would say, when it's gotten easy. It shouldn't be easy. It should feel good, but it shouldn't be easy, right? So once it's gotten a little less challenging, that's when you want to increase your weight. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do some shoulder raises. All right. So you have them in your hand. I have 8 pounds right now. So you're just going to close your hand like this, and you're going to, and also your stance, always just keep a shoulder width stance so that you have good balance and you're not falling over. Always bend a knee. Do not want to lock your knees. And that's in any exercise when you're doing upper body. Just keep one knee bent, right? All right. So for shoulder raises, you're just going to, you can go at any angle. You can go straight out like this. You can make a V like this, or you can go straight. And you want to get about eye level. That's what you're looking for, eye level. You can do it simultaneously. You can do it individually. It does not matter. You're going to feel that burn, okay? And you want to start maybe with 3 sets of 10 of those, and it'll give you a good warm up there. All right, then the next thing you want to do, after you've done 3 sets of that for shoulders, you want to go to your next workout. So I'm going to sit down. Normally I'd be on a bench or chair, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sit on my knees. And it's funny because Kia knows me to sit on my knees like this a lot as a kid. So, but yeah, this is how I'm going to sit for this purpose. These are 15 pounds, okay? Now I normally do 15 to 20 pounds with shoulder press because I've just been doing them a while and I don't want to get too bulky, but I do want to keep that muscle lean, right? So today I'm going to use the 15 pounds and then I'm just going to pick it up here. I'm going to come up straight and I'm going to come down to about right here where I feel that stretch in my shoulders. And I'm just going to take it up slowly, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you're going to do about 3 sets of 10 of those. Now, this is pretty heavy, I will tell you. So you don't need to go too heavy on that, especially if you're a beginner. You may want to start with 8 to 10 pounds, but you know your own strength. If it's too exhausting, just go a little lighter. All right. So the next thing I'm going to take you through is chest, right? So chest, we complain about this little area here, that breast meat, what we call it. We want to tighten that area, right? So my favorite exercise for that, again, I normally be on a bench, so I would be more up in the air and elevated, but that's okay. We can do it here. So with chest flies, you want to be flat like this, and you're going to just come out right there where you feel that armpit stretch out, and you're going to come up and squeeze, come back out, squeeze, out, right there, yep, squeeze, and try to keep your back pressed into the floor. That is something I also need to work on. And then you're going to come back up, squeeze, down, right there. Woo, squeeze. See, I feel that burn. This is just 8 pounds. I normally use 10 pounds. I don't go too heavy with this. You don't need to. You can do 5 to 10 pounds. And the more you do things, the more you'll start seeing progress. So it's like I said, it's a marathon. You don't have to race. You don't have to wait till a month before your vacation. Just do it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. This is for you. This is for your health, right? This is also for your stress because for us, it releases endorphins. It makes us happy. I have cried in the gym. I have been cycling and I was in there with my tissue and my towel and I was crying. And I remember people walking by like, I did not stop working out. And I felt perfectly fine when I got done because it let it all, I got to release, right? I got to benefit from working out and, being beneficial with my health and intentional with my health and also my mental, because it goes together. So the next thing we're going to do is chest press. So these are 15s. I think I normally probably use a 20 to 25. But for the sake of this video, we're doing 15s. So I would lay here and I'm going to come up and I'm just going to go down here. And see, the ground is preventing me from going any further, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, especially for a beginner. You don't need to. But you can go a little lower if you're like on a bench. It'll allow you to go down just a bit more. And then you just come up. Now this is not going to make you look manly. I don't think I look manly, but it is going to really tone you, and it's going to make your clothes fit better. That is just one of the benefits. The best thing is that it helps you health-wise, but the benefit and the bonus and the cherry on top is that it makes you look good too. And I think a lot of people, they say if you go into business for yourself, we've been talking about, being business owners and entrepreneurs. Well, you do something that you love. And when you do something you love, it makes you money, right? So it's the same concept. When you work out, you love working out, you enjoy it, it's a stress reliever. The benefit is it also helps you to look good, right? So you get more than just one benefit with exercise. All right, so we got the 2 chests. Then we're gonna do triceps, all right? So now triceps is not my favorite. You're gonna have some workouts that you just absolutely don't care for. I don't like triceps. They make me feel nauseous, but I still do them because I also don't like my triceps to just get too out of whack, okay? So I'm gonna take the 8 pounds. I normally do 10 pounds with this. So I'm gonna be here. Now, I'm gonna work this arm. I'm gonna work my right arm. So my right leg's gonna be back, okay? You can do this, and you can do these workouts here. You can do it at the gym. I normally would be elevated, so I'd be standing up, bent over, and kicking back, but we're gonna do this here on the mat, because you can do it this way too. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm just holding it like this, and I'm gonna go out, but I'm gonna go out at an angle, right? So I'm out, squeeze up top, back, squeeze up top, back, squeeze up, and I'm not letting any resistance go. I'm just, there we go. Yep. And it does not have to be heavy, because this right here is giving me a really good workout. I'm just gonna kick that back. You can call them tricep flies or tricep kickbacks. They have a couple of names. So that's one of my favorite tricep workouts. I also do that workout on a cable machine. And it's the same position. You just got the cable at 5 pounds and just kind of going all the way back. It actually really works like the whole exterior of the triceps. And then the next thing we're going to do is tricep push-ups. Oh boy, okay. So I know a lot of people do not like push-ups. They are pretty hard, but I will say this about push-ups. Push-ups, the more you begin to do them, the better you just get at them. And it gives you overall strength. It's like squats, right? So push-ups is like that exercise you want to get really good at, because it'll help you get good at chest flies and chest press and just heavier weights if that's what you're interested in. You want to kind of start with those push-ups. So we can do girly push-ups, we can do regular push-ups. So I'm going to show you the proper form for a push-up, because it is a proper form. So if you're doing a girly push-up, you just put your feet here. You're doing triceps, right? So it's gonna be closer to your body, you're not doing chest. So closer to your body or diagonal. Or you can make a triangle with your hand. You can do either or. I like to do them about right here. So I just kind of keep my armpits glued right here to me, real close. And I just go down with my arms. I go down using my arms. I keep my back neutral, right? My head is just kind of up, or I can look down, and I just push up. When you do it right, it's not as hard. I will tell you that. And you can get more in. Now, hopefully I don't slide. Now, if I'm going to just do it the hard way, I will do like this. Now, this will build your triceps faster than anything. I'll tell you that. So, but again, the girly push-ups will suffice. You can just do 10 to 15 of them. I would probably recommend if you don't do them that often, just start with doing like 3 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 6 until you build up that muscle. You get a little stronger with that. So, all right. Next thing, I feel like I'm doing a HIIT cardio session, so out of breath. So the next thing we're going to do is back. Back is my next. I guess it would be my second least favorite. Triceps and back, those two, I do them, but I just don't care for them, okay? But so for back, what I do, one of the exercises is at flies. As you know, we have a lot of flies in this video. So we're gonna use the 8 pounds for this, because you want to go a little light, okay? So I just kind of tilt here. And I just kind of get my body into position. Well, let's just do it this way, make it a little easier. So I just kind of here, and I make sure my core is tight. I always tend to hold my stomach in. I do that a lot just because, well, for one, it's vacuuming your stomach. So it helps for a flatter stomach. And it also reminds me to keep my core tight so I don't hurt my back. So I just bend down, hold my stomach, make sure my core is tight. And I just kind of come here and I go up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze. Yep. And normally I would do about probably 4 sets of 10 of these just because I hate them that much. So what I realized and what I stopped doing is I stopped doing less of what I hate and more of what I hate. And then that got me a lot more to my goals. What made me more uncomfortable. So try that. If you don't like running 3 miles, start running 3 miles. All right. So for back, let's see, the next thing we're gonna do Superman. So a lot of people have lower back issues, right? And I don't know if it's because they don't strengthen their back, but I'm gonna give you 2 workouts to strengthen your back. This one's gonna be the Superman, and the next one will be the glute session, and I'll remind you that one's for your back as well. So Superman is for your lower back, right? So you'll just be flat on a mat, and you're gonna come here, and you're gonna just focus on squeezing lightly your lower back and your butt. It's kind of weird, but your feet are just kind of out like this, and your hands, they're gonna be out like Superman. All right, so you're gonna come up, squeeze, down, squeeze. Yep, and I like to do this anywhere from 2 to 3 sets of 20, right? And it does tighten your lower back. It gets it to the point where you'll start seeing, like if you do this more often, you'll first of all release some pressure, okay? Especially if you're sitting for hours at a desk and things like that. This is definitely something you want to incorporate in your exercise, but it also tones your back. So that whole wraparound, because this is your abdomen, all this is connected, all is connected, right? So if you're working this, you got to work that, right? So again, I would start with 2 sets of 20, going to 3 sets of 20, which you get like a little more advanced. You don't need weights for that. That's just no weight exercise. All right, so this is the part of the body I feel like, I don't know, everybody loves. And this is the bum. So we're gonna do the bum and then we're gonna go into the abs, okay? So for the bum, all right, my favorite exercise is hip thrust, okay? It is the hardest, and I do heavy weights at the gym, but I'm gonna demonstrate for you the proper way to do it when you're doing it just on the floor at home. This also will help your lower back, okay? So if you have lower back issues, you wanna get into this. And I know I got lint all over me, so don't judge me, okay? This is rug. All right, so what I do, and I will do something heavier than this, of course, but you're gonna just lay here, right? Your feet are gonna be about 90 degree angle. Remember this, wherever your feet is, you're gonna, wherever your feet placement is, you're gonna feel it in different areas. So I will be about right here, right? And I'm gonna have this weight right here on my hip, okay? My back is flat, right? And all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lift my butt and squeeze, right? Okay, so you're gonna go up, squeeze, come down. And I'm gonna let it tap the ground, but I'm not gonna let it stay there. It's just coming right back up. Yep, just like that. You're just gonna do this. Now, I can do this weight, this position for quite a while, and that's just because I'm lifting a lot of weight when I do it at the gym. I can do, I don't know, like 345s on each side. So this is nothing for me, right? But this is an amazing workout for your back. If you're just trying to get it for back and back stress and pain and things like that, I'd recommend starting here. And this is a good warm up. Also, if you're warming up for your glutes to go into heavy weights, really good warm up as well. All right. So the next one we're going to go into, that this is my other favorite. And this, I feel like you got to kind of tone all of your, so you got your upper, middle, lower. You got to make sure you focus on the whole picture, right? It's very important. Can't just leave one part out, okay? So this right here, I'm gonna focus on pushing my butt out, right? I'm gonna use a 15 pound. Normally I'd use a 25, but here I'm gonna just kind of focus on when I land. You'll see what I'm saying. I'm gonna focus on the push out, okay? So this does tone my legs as well. That's the benefit, but I use it more for side glutes. So I have this weight, 15 pounds, in my left arm, but I'm gonna step to the right. My focus is my right, right? So I'm gonna come here, step out, and I'm gonna push out. That's when I'm pushing my butt out, and I'm gonna come back, okay? Let me come up a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna push out, step back. Push out, step back. Now, another way you can do this, if you're not comfortable with that, you can just stay in position. You don't have to jump. I use the jump just for momentum and a little more strength. But you're pushing out, keeping your back neutral, but you're pushing out. And that weight, you'll feel that weight in this area. All right, and I feel it all through here, but because I'm pushing out and focusing on that, I feel it more like glutes, okay? Now, you can also use this band to do that too. Very important. Bands, actually, I've met men who lift a lot of weight, and they have done bands with me, and they couldn't keep up. So it's just a different type. This is a different style. It's a different feeling. It's a different burn. It is a very challenging. So these are very cheap on Amazon. They're like 3 for $10. Really good investment if you don't want to get into weights. You just do body push-ups and, upper body, and then, body weighted upper body. And then you could just focus this on the legs for lunges and squats. You don't have to have heavy weights to look good. I promise you don't. All right. All right. So next we're going to go into hamstrings. Okay. Now for hamstrings, that is right in this area. All right. So if you're going to work the butt, you want to make sure the hamstrings look good too, because they go together. They're all connected, right? So I'm going to take the 15s, right? And we're going to do Romanian dips. Okay. These are RDLs. All right. So what I try to focus on is making sure that I rub the weight against my shins. Okay. So let me show you. So I'm going to slightly bend my knee, right? My back is neutral. My upper body is tight. All right. And I'm looking straight ahead. My focus is to hold this weight and rub it down my legs. And I'm going to stop right at the bottom of my shin. And I'm going to feel it all in my butt. And I'm going to feel it all in my hamstrings. And I'm going to come back up. And I'm going to squeeze that area. You want to squeeze your butt, okay? Always focus on squeezing. Very important, okay? Don't over squeeze, but don't overextend your back. Just squeeze. Then go down. Feet are flat on the ground. Come back up, squeeze. This too, I'm sure, can benefit your lower back as well if you have issues. It's all strengthening. It's all core. You're working with your core a lot. Your core really does guide everything you do. If you didn't have your core, or if you had some type of, surgery on your core, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So it's very important. You do that. I would probably focus on 3 sets of 10 as well. I kind of stick with that in the beginning. After 3 weeks, a month, starting with 4 sets. You can increase your weight or you can increase the reps, right? So if you don't want to increase how heavy it is, you can increase the amount of times you do it. It's still an increase. And it's going to it's going to advance you and get you to the next level, okay? All right, so we're gonna do curtsy lunges. That's another one of my favorite hamstring workouts. I feel it mostly in my hamstrings, so that's why I call it hamstrings. But I don't know, it's gonna build all this. It's gonna shape and form your legs, your quads, and things like that. But I feel the burn mostly in my hamstrings. So what I do is, how you just say, you bow, take a bow. It's the same thing. You just kind of at an angle, right? Because if you're right directly behind, you tilt over. So your feet have to come out. This foot is for balance. This foot is the one you're focusing on working. It has most of the weight on you, and you're gonna feel it all in here, right? So let me show you. So here, right? And you just take it down. And when I come up, I feel it all right in here. You can tilt over. The more you tilt over, the more it's in your hamstrings. I will tell you that. And that's for any lunge. If you tilt a little bit, that's butt and hamstrings. And if you're far out, that's also butt and hamstrings. The closer you are is quads. Okay? If you're straight and you're close in, that's quads. Okay? So I'm focusing on hamstrings. So I'm gonna tilt just a little bit. And it might look a little weird, but as long as your knee is going where your foot is going, you're not gonna hurt it. You're just gonna strengthen it. Your knee and feet, your knee and toes, sorry, they have to follow, okay? So, squat, yep. And I love to do these. I just randomly do them to warm up. I do them with weight and without weight, okay? Sometimes I hold 25 plates in my hand. So that just makes for a harder workout, okay? So that's another one. Next, we're going to do quads, okay? So for quads, lunges, my overall favorite exercise. I can do lunges all day. I can do lunges every day. I just love them. And I usually use a band. If I'm not using weight, I'll use a band. This makes it really hard. So, what is it? Okay, so what I would start with doing is get a band. And you could make sure the band is above your knee. Don't put it on your knee, put it above, okay? So you're here, right? All right, so I'm gonna focus on quads, right? So remember, close together, that's what I want. So I'm gonna step like this, just like that. This is my stance for quads. I feel it burning on both quads. I probably shouldn't, but the way I am right now, I feel it burning. And it's because of the band. So here, and I'm gonna step, just like that. Just like that. Then you could go back. Just make sure that whatever foot is forward, it's flat. Whatever foot is forward, it's flat. This has to be back flat. You need to be pushing with your whole foot in order to activate that quad, okay? Your whole foot. If you have to dig your toes into the ground and push your heel into the ground, that is exactly how you should be doing, okay? So just remember, quads are close. Close. That's what you want to do, all right? So the last quad is close squats. So again, you could do the band with that, but we're just going to show a regular squat. So for a wide squat, that would be your glutes and your hamstrings. But for your quads, you want to be a little closer in, right? So you could be this close. You could be this close, or you could be like this close. I like to kind of close in. And I just like, it just depends. If you want to, it depends on what you're trying to target for that day. And if you're doing a heavy or a light session. So if you're doing more of a lighter session, you're trying to build your knees. If you have like, I don't know if you have pain in your knees, start with a couch. You can do a couch. So you can just do, if you don't know the proper form for a squat, I realize that. You could start wide and you could just tap it and come back up. Tap. Come back up. Make sure those knees are not going over your toes, okay? Tap, come back up, right? And if you want to come in a little closer for quads, tap, come back up. Tap, come back up. Right? So for abs, I would just say any ab exercise you do is amazing. But if you're doing a lower body session day, you do not have to do abs. Squats, lunges, you've already worked your abs. You don't want to overwork your abs, right? But people want a flatter stomach, that's fine. Just focus on doing abs in the morning or right before bed. Do maybe a 3-minute, 4-minute session of abs, regular regular sit-ups, regular crunches. Anything that you do that you're not already doing is going to advance you to the next level, right? So you see, I'm out of breath. Hope that didn't take up too much of your time. I am so grateful for this experience. Again, my name is Katie Chris. Thank you so much for working out with me.
Thank you so much, Khadidra, for that workout, for those great tips and those tricks. We see your husband's feet. Tell him to remove those dogs.
Hey, get pedicures.
Tell him to remove those dogs. We do not need to see
telling
those.
you.
Again, Khadidra, thank you so much for that. That was very informative. I knew that it would be. For any questions, please leave those in the chat for Khadidra so you can check those out and respond accordingly. If you guys have any questions, any feedback. Let's see here. And that's so crazy that you said that, Khadidra, because I actually have 2 bands. I ordered them from Amazon and they're just sitting in a box because I don't
use them.
Yeah. So again, Khadidra, can you please let the audience and the attendees know again what your free giveaway is going to be for your session?
Yeah. So again, you can contact me at Katie. So it's Katie Ellis. So it's KADEELLIS1@gmail.com. Okay. And I'm giving you a free session. If you want to do it virtually, if you're in another state, that's fine. If you're in Houston, Texas, I can meet you. We can do a full 1-hour session for free. Okay. Just give me a call at 662-528-7077 as well. Again, that's 662-528-7077. That's my contact number.
And then D, can you put that information in the chat? Just
so yeah, sure.
And again, thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so you guys, we're gonna we have, let's see, we have 3 more speakers and then we'll be closing out for today. So we're gonna move into the next speaker. She goes by the name of Jessica Butler. Jessica is helping families become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent, all while providing women empowerment. So without further ado, you guys, let's welcome Jessica.
Hey, you guys. How are you guys doing? I'm so excited today. Listen, I took down so many nuggets from all of y'all. I'm not even playing. Shay, I ran and got that knacking, girl, and then you said, wipe your face. I was like, Shay, I got up at 7 for this beat, Shay. Okay. But I'm gonna ask the Holy Spirit to enter this space as I speak to you guys this evening. Last year I spoke about life insurance and I did a whole bunch of slides. And I'm not gonna do that this year. I'm not gonna do any slides. I'm just gonna talk to you face to face so you can actually feel me. My people look at life insurance in a way that I think they need to change their perspective on. So I'm gonna give you another way to look at it. We look at it as funeral costs. And it can be that for that too, of course, income replacement, of course, but it's actually, if you look at it for real, it's for a come up. Yes, I'm gonna say it just like that. You're supposed to get 3 times the amount you make a year for life insurance, right? So with my company, you can get $300,000 without any medical. So look, $300,000. You can give them a heck of a funeral, birds flying in the air, horses, heck of a funeral, right? But we're going to take some of that money and let's buy off grandma's house or buy off mom's property, right? So we can always have a family home. I don't know about you guys, but I have experienced a lot of living in shelters. I have experienced sleeping in my car. And while I'm speaking, I want you to understand, look at your children's face and think of your children's face. You don't want them to have to go through stuff like that when it's a simple strategy that can change that, okay? If they don't want the property, right? You can give it to your children and they can turn it and rent the rooms out and that's residual income. But we don't look at it like that. Let's pay for cars, okay? Y'all know what it's like when I have a vehicle. I had to catch 10 buses a day to take my kids to and from school and to get to work. If my family was set up straight, I wouldn't have to go through that. So let's look at that in mind. But you know, we're going to splurge. We are going to splurge. We get a little something. But we also going to teach you to put that money in an investment account, in an IRA, in a mutual fund, so your money can always grow. We're also going to teach you about the mindset you have to have in investment. All right. Okay. Because once the market go down, people go crazy. That's actually a good thing because you get less stock for more. We're going to teach you about dollar cost averaging. Okay. So you can be excited about the roller coaster instead of pulling out when the market is down. Just imagine your whole family doing this simple strategy. That's breaking chains of poverty over your family. Okay, just a simple step. Why are these artists and these people in the industry buying so much life insurance? You never thought about that? You never think about that because they want to maintain their lifestyle. So don't it make sense for people who don't have their lifestyle to use that same strategy to be able to give their kids that lifestyle? Listen, it's biblical. God says in 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8, but if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for the members of his family, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. That's what God says. If you don't want to do nothing else in the world but work a 9 to 5, that's fine. As long as you take care of that at the end of the day. As long as you take care of your legacy at the end of the day, you did what you were supposed to do. Okay. We also have legal services, okay, where you can pay a certain amount. You always have a lawyer at hand. We also have identity theft. Y'all know people is scamming crazy nowadays, okay? We also need to get you a will. Y'all know how families can get when somebody die. Everybody will come to that person's house and want to take up everything. You need to make sure who needs to get what they need to get and who don't need to get none, okay? But you got to have that in place. Let me tell you something about freedom. Freedom is the ability, and it will always allow you to be ready. Are you ready? Are you ready if something happened to your kids? Are you ready for something to happen to you? Are you ready for somebody to take your identity? Are you ready? When you get in a car accident, you need a lawyer. Are you ready? That's setting foundation, and it's super simple. We got income tax. Pay that up for you. You ain't got to worry about it. Some of these policies that you have, universal life, whole life, variable life, that's all. It sets up cash value. It will probably take you 5 to 10 years to accumulate. Then you can borrow from it. But I ain't never heard of borrowing something that was mine in the first place. And when you borrow something, you got to pay it back with interest on your own money. But people don't know that people get life insurance at these jobs, and we all know you can't trust the job. You don't even own the policy, you own the certificate. And if they do allow you to take it, you're going to be paying way more than what you were paying at the job. It is nothing for having somebody to look at your policy. We do it absolutely free. We do it absolutely free. But it's about that time for us to get our stuff in order. Because what God is trying to do in this season, listen, it's a shift happening. If you don't feel it, you ain't in alignment. It's a shift happening. Where the wicked is going to start going down and the righteous is going to start going up. By the end of this year, you're going to be in a whole nother situation, says God. For your obedience, for your suffering, for your pushing. God is going to put you in a position, Father, this ain't even me right now. This for somebody. You are going places. So we got to get in order. We got to get it in order, says God, for your obedience and for your pushing in this season. There's people who thought they couldn't make it this season, but you pushed through it, says God, and he's going to reward you for your suffering. Do you understand? So let's get things in order. Let's get things in order. You understand? Let's get it in order. Says God. Says God. We supposed to be owning land. We supposed to be owning my people supposed to be owning land, property. I want to start owning malls, airports. This belongs to us, but we got to get our foundation set first. And I'm big on access, information, asset. All these ladies have information that you are getting, which is access. And the only way to become an asset is to use this information. Use it. Call me. I don't care. I'm United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. If I don't have a license in your area, trust me, I'm going to have somebody to help you because it ain't about no income for me. I want to see you genuinely win. I want our people to win. Let's get in alignment. Let's be obedient. Let's go for what God told us to do, says God. I am honored to be a part of this. I am honored to be able to speak to you ladies. I was honored to listen. You understand? I learned so much. And we are going to break change. God says nations, ladies. This gonna be a big thing. I'm telling you. God says nations, ladies. So that's all I have for you for today. I thank you for allowing me to speak. And back to you, Kia.
As I told you guys, very inspirational. She is very her focus is on one thing, but when she speaks, it speaks volumes. I'll just say that. Thank you again, Jessica, for talking about generational wealth, which is so important for women of color. And just thank you again for that encouraging message. Does anyone have any questions, feedback for Jessica in the chat? Jessica, I think you have a few comments in the chat. Can you see those?
Amen. Amen. I appreciate you. Amen. I'm glad you felt it. And call me. I'm gonna give away sessions. We're gonna give you a free F&A. It's gonna put it in the computer. It's gonna calculate how much you need to retire. If you want to go on vacation, it's gonna tell you how much you need to save a month to get us where we need to be at, you guys. So it's absolutely complimentary and free. So, that's what I'll be giving.
And Jessica, can you just put your information in the chat so people can be able to contact you for those tools?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you again, Jessica. So you guys, let's move to the next speaker. The next young lady that's coming up to be a guest speaker goes by the name of Jalissa Martis. She is a HR strategic partner for over 15 years of experience in creating HR strategy, recruiting, benefits, people operations, employee relations. She's a principal consultant for Legacy HR Consulting, a firm that helps mission-driven organizations attract and retain their top talent through human-centered HR strategy and support. So without further ado, you guys, let's welcome Jalissa.
Wake up in my bed, I just wanna have a good day. Think it in my head, then it happens how it should. Ay, 12 o'clock, I got a team meeting, then a meditation at like 1:30. Then I ride to the studio.